Hi everyone, and welcome to Channeling Love. I'm Diane, and this is today's angel message for today. So I'm going to start off with the Archangel deck, my all-time favorite. And I'm just asking, what do we need to know in the collective today? Here we go. Okay, courage. Okay. So the message says, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So for many of us today, this is something that's going to be very important, a very prevalent vibration, very present vibration. So being asked to trust what you believe in, to trust your path going forward, and not to be afraid to make it really clear, you know, what your beliefs are, or to behave in a way that allows you to live according to your beliefs. It might not be that you need to make a big pronouncement to anyone. This could just be between you and your God, a decision that you need to make in your life that's a commitment to the things you truly believe are important in life. Let's choose the second card and give it a bit more context. So we've got gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations and environments. So that's Archangel Sandalphon saying, you know, it is a part of your belief system could be that you are not yet in a situation that is offering enough of a vibration of gentleness, let's put it like that, that you are not exactly where you need to be because, you know, based on your sensitivities, based on your needs, based on your view of the world, the way that you see things, based on who you believe yourself to be. And you're being asked to trust that and have courage to move towards people, situations, work, ideas, possibilities, circumstances, homes, jobs, you know, whatever. I might have said jobs, work, yes, that actually allow you to express who you are and to be more gentle with yourself. I think we've all learned in recent years that we need to honour the time that we spend on this earth, that we need to have a better quality of life. I think we're all demanding that now. So if there is something in your life that is aggressive or that's throwing you off balance or that's not allowing you to be yourself fully, it's time to reevaluate whether that situation is actually right for you anymore, whether that's good for you anymore. I'm going to choose a couple of cards from the original angel cards, which I've got in my little bag here, to see if they'll add anything to that message. Let's see what we get here. So, moving into a more gentle vibration, trusting that, standing up for your belief that you deserve that, standing up for your beliefs in all ways, and balance. So, and also peace. So finding a peaceful way, this is like the peaceful warrior card again, finding a peaceful way to express what your needs are, and also finding a way to move towards peace and away from aggression, away from aggressive ways of life, aggressive people and situations. We're not here long enough in a single incarnation to have to tolerate things like competitiveness and ego-driven pursuits and, you know, all of these things that throw us off balance and just make us feel unhappy. If you are a sensitive being, you don't belong in those environments, you know. I was going to say anymore, but you never did. You never did belong in those environments. But maybe it just wasn't time to acknowledge and admit that to yourself just yet. But in order for you to come into balance and to remain in balance, you're going to have to ask yourself what it is that you really need in your life, you know, and what are the decisions that you need to make based on what your needs are. I'm going to choose one more because I feel as if there's one more. Power. That's what your power is. Your power comes through your sensitivity and your need for peace. You're a peacemaker. You're an agent of peace. The fact that you feel vulnerable sometimes is not a bad thing. It's because you have the sensitivity of a peacemaker, and the world needs more peacemakers right now. So don't change who you are to fit in with an insane system. Honor who you are. honor the fact that the world needs it and find ways to contribute and to bring that peace out into the world. So, that's quite an intense message for someone there. If you feel that that message resonates, take it, please, and use it to your greatest advantage. Coming back to the original messages of courage and gentleness, let's see what else we can add to that. Right, I'm just hearing a lot of square pegs in round holes, a lot of people feeling that they've found themselves in situations they don't belong in, yes, and wanting to find a way out, wanting to find a path forward, wanting to trust that what they want is really possible. Okay, let's see what we've got that's going to help you. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. Excuse me. So, this could be any energies that you engage with in the unseen dimensions that you trust and that you know. I haven't personally worked with dragons. I would tend to connect with my angels and guides, with the archangels. I always ask that all beings that I engage with and encounter on my spiritual journey and in my spiritual work be of the highest vibration and be actually sent directly by God to help, to uplift and to inform the collective and guide us all in some way. If you are working with dragons and you find that that is something that brings you peace and that works for you, then you could reach out for that, or you could simply reach out for the angels and guides that you're comfortable with. The realm of your truth is opening up. So your spiritual world is beginning to take a bigger place in your physical world. It's beginning to, and I know this vibration so well, and my guides are allowing me to feel it. They're sort of imposing it onto the situation to illustrate the point. Your spiritual work, your spiritual life is beginning to take over, to take up more space in your material and physical reality, and this is exactly how it's supposed to be at the moment. It is, in a sense, a spiritual awakening, and do not think that you are broken or that this is a mistake or that anything is wrong. Everything is divine timing and is leading you absolutely to your path and to the place where you will find that gentleness. So for some, the courage comes in to making decisions that will put us onto that path where we can start to express more of our spirituality, where we can maybe even have work that is of a spiritual nature, whether it's taking a new course or just committing to the new journey, whether it's starting up a YouTube channel, whether it's, starting some kind of venture or adventure and just trusting it. That's what we're being asked to do. I want one more card and then I'm going to do a quick pick a card. You cast a spell with your existence. Oh, this card comes up almost every time. Okay, so magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. So use your inner magic to give you the courage that you need. Let the journey speak for itself. Let your passion for your spiritual path lead you forward and give you everything that you need in terms of protection and strength and guidance and wisdom. And yes, the courage to say, this no longer works for me. I'm moving into this new path now. This is what really is of my choosing, because this is my greater destiny and this is what is, it's not that we go looking for this life or for this path. It comes for us. It comes to find us. And if we don't listen to it, it will come and get us. It will come and take us out of situations. It will destroy everything in its path, and to get us back in alignment with what we really came here to do, because ultimately that's what we actually really want as well anyway. So I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to do a quick pick a card. So you can turn the camera off if you like, just not the camera, you can stop the video, pause the video for a while, decide whether you are group 1, 2 or 3. Right, we're ready to go. And I'm going to pick an original angel card as well for each group. So let's see how this goes as a combination. So for group 1, You need to awaken the magic of your creativity. So your creativity is of a very divine nature if you choose that. So it could be that you've been doing something very creative for a while, but you're finding that in order for that to really be aligned with who you are now, it needs to take on a more spiritual aspect. So, for example, you're a painter, but suddenly you want to start painting angels. You're a singer or a musician, and suddenly you want to start making beautiful divine music, channeled music, sacred music, etc. So it's really time for you to decide that it's not that your creativity is broken. It's not that it's the wrong thing. You're not, it's not that you're a show off and that doesn't work with being a spiritual being. It's none of those things. It's that in order for you to have courage and stand up for your true beliefs, even within the sector, the realm of, let's say, experience or expertise that you find yourself in, within that you can transform your creativity into something that has more of a spiritual aspect, and you can stand up for your belief in that transition, that new aspect of your journey. I hope that makes sense. So let's see what we get from the original angel cards for you. What else does group number 1 need to know about standing their ground, standing up for their truth, having courage, and finding gentleness in their work? So yeah, for example, you might find that in the traditional music business, you would just feel lost. You would feel, as if you just didn't quite fit in, or you weren't prepared to do the things that were being asked of you to succeed. And yet you focus on doing something more sacred, and suddenly you're performing in spaces that are very sympathetic to what you do and to who you are, your gentleness, your sensitivity. And so, you're standing up for what you believe in, and you're also expressing yourself creatively in a way that's in alignment with that. And what else? Responsibility. Okay, so love this. Works on very many levels, several levels. So partly it's to do with your responsibility to your higher self, to your God, to the planet, to the world, that you came here to do a particular job, and you are waking up once again to your responsibility. It can also be, that you're responsible for certain people, and in order for you to take care of those people, you need to start being clear about who you are, because you know that that's the only way you're actually going to achieve any real success in life and be able to take care of them and take care of all your other responsibilities as well. Okay, I hope that helped group number 1. Group 2, gosh, that seemed quite long. Group 2, a partnership for the new age. Okay, so for you, group 2, there is some aspect of your life that you're trying to open up to, your true path, if you like, your path of gentleness and of courage. Part of this involves opening up to partnership as well, not feeling you have to do everything on your own. Being open to maybe help from an existing partnership, letting a partner into your world a little bit more, maybe even collaborating, working together, maybe working in partnership with others if you don't have a partner, maybe welcoming in a new partner if you're looking for a partner, maybe taking time to stop and smell the roses and be open to finding a new partner. And it could be that this is something that allows you to come back into your gentleness again, because it can be very tough, sort of toughing it out in the world on your own and focusing on ambition and all of these things, striving and achieving or just surviving sometimes. And then, you find someone that you can be with, and your heart opens and you soften, and then you're in that more gentle space, and suddenly everything that you do is able to flourish. Whereas if you're alone, or if you're even in the wrong partnership, sometimes things can get very sticky, and it doesn't quite work out that way. But there is some aspect of partnership that figures into your journey towards gentleness, greatness, and peace. and that place where you can be courageous. Right, let's choose relaxation. So are you working too hard? Are you pushing yourself too hard? What is it that you need to see about what's happening in your life, and where is it that you need to stop doing so much so that you can actually step back and see what's happening and what it is that you need to do? Okay, pile number 3. Pile number 3, you're experiencing a spiritual blossoming. So, I mean, that sort of really makes sense, doesn't it? Because in order for you to move towards your higher path, of course, you are awakening spiritually. And when you do awaken spiritually, that's what makes you want to go onto that higher path to begin with. Having courage to stand your ground and to defend your beliefs becomes absolutely essential at some point, and it is at that point when your spiritual life begins to take over, when it becomes apparent, when you can't stop reading those books, when you can't stop watching those videos, when it's obvious to everyone that you are no longer interested in going out clubbing, that you're not interested in any of that stuff that you used to be interested in, that something is happening. So if this is you, if this is where you are at the moment, where you're beginning to open up in that way, see this as a blessing, see this as a good thing, see this as something that's going to actually lead you not only away from things that are not serving your highest good and not allowing you to blossom, but it's also going to lead you towards things that help you to experience more of that gentleness that we were talking about, more of that kindness. So if you're stuck in an office job or in a bank or something, and you're experiencing a spiritual awakening, it might be that you want to look into courses. You might actually love working in a bank or in an office while you're having a spiritual experience, a spiritual awakening. I remember at some point I was having one of my many awakenings, and I was working in an office and I started giving readings. It's not ideal. I didn't always enjoy it because there were many times when I was too wide open. I hadn't learnt how to close my energy, shield my energy, protect myself, all of those things. But it was definitely a fascinating time, suddenly being able to hear everybody's thoughts and feel everyone's feelings and have their relatives trying to talk to me and give them messages. But interestingly, and I could not get out of that job for the longest time. I could not get out of that job, and I was thinking, why is this happening? Is spirit trying to punish me? What's going on here? Being acutely sensitive and just being stuck, or supposedly being stuck. But what I do remember is that there were a couple of times when information just came through, couldn't stop it. That happens sometimes, and especially when you're still developing. And I gave a couple of readings to people here and there, and it was very hush hush. It was very but don't tell anyone that I said that, don't tell anyone about all this weird stuff. And I found out years later that one of those people that I gave a message, it was actually a mediumship message to, is now a medium. So we shouldn't underestimate or prejudge any of the situations we find ourselves in. They're all divine. The whole world is waking up. So, just find a way to make sure that you are protected. The skills that you will learn now will be a part of your toolkit going forward when you do step into that work. So just trust that the journey is divine, that everything, all is well, and you will ask for help, pray as well for help to transition into your new path. But understand that sometimes there are stages in the process that we need to go through because they're helping to build spiritual muscle that is essential for later on. Right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we will be back soon. Bye.